Oh! Hello everyone, I didn't see you there. I was just getting ready for the show. And it's about time to start, isn't it? Well, you know what? Today's lesson is going to be on the evolution of camera movement. Let's start at the beginning of the film then. In the early days of the motion pictures, the camera just sat still. It did not move around at all, simply was just too heavy and bulky. One man named Mario Georges, a French magician, used simple effects to create the illusion of camera movement in his films. Not to forget that we didn't really need movement because the fact that we had a picture that could move was pretty awesome itself. A picture that could move itself, groundbreaking. Now these cameras needed a lot of light to get an image burned into the film. So a controlled environment to film would be great. Kind of like a studio. Well, the first studio was in 1893. The whole studio moved on a turntable. With an opening at the top to let in light. Could always face where the sun is to let sun in for the camera. Yet still, the camera didn't move. It still just sat there. Then, jumping into 1896, the Lumiere brothers accidentally invented the first camera movement by mounting a camera to a train leaving Jerusalem. They also created another by filming out upon the Condor, I can't pronounce that, in Paris, going up the lift on the Eiffel Tower. We know these shots to be called as a traveling shot and a crane shot. Now, when the talkies came about, the camera were so loud that we had to put those things in a box to try and mute the sound they made. Now, this was a setback because now we can't move the cameras again. But later in the late 1920s, more cinematographers used cranes and dollies, but not many because it was expensive. In 1945, Chapman Studios equipment began its operations. And in 1965, teamed up with, I don't know how to pronounce this, but Leonard Studios equipment, Chapman and Leonard Inc. manufactured and rented camera support equipment for motion picture and television use. At the end of the 1950s to 1960s, the French brought handheld cameras that could bring the audience to the first person. French ethnographer the Newman, Jean Rouch, was the first to shoot a film with this handheld camera. In 1958, Rouch, considered a pioneer, triggered this visual revolution by favoring a small amateur camera, a 16mm, against the big bulky professional camera in use at the time to shoot anything professional. Handheld cameras can be very shaky. We all know this. But in 1970, Garrett Brown created the Steadicam, which was to be able to take shots that could be as smooth as the motion of a dolly, but without the need for a track. Now fast forward to nowadays. We have all types of ways we move the camera around and create amazing cinematography, like in the movie Twister and Inception. Oh, would you look at that? It seems that we've run out of time for today. So I hope you all enjoy this, and thanks again for watching. The credits can be found in the description. Thank you all, and have a good rest of the day.